Necronomicon Ex Mortis. Roughly translated, Book of the Dead. The book served as a passageway to the evil worlds beyond. It was written long ago, when the seas ran red with blood. It was this blood that was used to ink the book.
Hello collectors, welcome back to the channel, Collector Quest. Today we're looking at a very iconic book from the Evil Dead franchise, and it is none other than the Book of the Dead, or the Necronomicon as it is known in the movies and the TV show. As you guys can see, this is already a pretty well detailed book, and this one is done by RubberWorks from Etsy. So today we're going to get this unwrapped, we're going to look at the cover itself, all the detail that's on here, and also let's take a look and see how accurate the pages in the inside are and how detailed they are. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started with the video. All right, the Necronomicon is out of the package, and I gotta say, this book feels so good in your hands. We can see that the cover is made out of rubber. It looks like it is molded rubber. And one of the first things that I noticed is this very cool barbed wire. It looks like barbed wire, but it's actually string. So it looks pretty good to have this packaged like that. It looks like some sort of forbidden book. So already this is looking very good. Let's go ahead and remove this. I'm so excited to see what's inside of this book. Look at these pages, see how many of them match what I have seen in the shows and the movies before. So let's go ahead and remove this. And looking a little bit more at the cover, we can see the job that has been done on the mold of this rubber cover. It just looks incredibly well done. We have really good detail around the eyes, the nose, you can clearly see the mouth. This one is looking to me a lot like the one in the Evil Dead 2, Dead by Dawn. The face sculpt just looks more to me like that one. There is a lot of different variations of this book. Of course, they all look around the same, but if you look at the book in the first movie versus the one in the second movie and the book in the third movie, plus the one in the TV show, they all look different. So this is definitely what got me to get this book, is the sculpt on this one really matched that idea of the book that I have in my head. So I love the sculpt on it already. I like these two words here on the face. The coloring is incredibly well done. We have a lot of nice dark brown tones, a little bit of more like orange golden tones. It really helps give the book a lot more realism, and it feels like skin. This book is meant to, or supposed to be, wrapped in skin, bound in skin, and it really feels like that. So I give them a lot of points for making it look and feel just the way it is supposed to. So let's go ahead and open it up. I'm gonna put it down. And as soon as we open it up, we have the inside of the book, very well bound as well, with this black cover here on the inside. We have a note here from the maker. Do not use any solvent alcohol to clean the surface, blah, blah, blah. So this is basically giving us a little bit of on ways to care for the book and how to maintain it. Now let's take a look at the inside of the book. I almost wish this, instead of being black, had some sort of similar color page just to make it look more realistic. It almost looks like it's not, you know, it's disjointed here. It's not part of the same. It almost looks too modern. That's what I'm trying to get to. This should also be weathered as well. But we can right away see the quality of the paper and the details that have been applied to make the pages look old and worn out. Remember that this book has been through a lot for centuries, and it has been through too many hands has been buried underground, has been lost in time. So this is really a good way to show that through the pages of the book. We have a skull here with some sort of Sumerian language written on it. And then as we turn the page, we have a very iconic page of the book. We have seen this in the Evil Dead movies, especially. We have the skull with a snake and a bird on the side there. And you can almost make out what this language that's written here says. I can read here on the top. It says dedicated to the... and then I cannot really make this out. But if you took your time, you could probably read some of this language that's on here. Then we have... definitely this is not Sumerian though. So this is something that has been made up from the Evil Dead universe. So that's not Sumerian. Don't get your hopes up. You don't speak Sumerian. But then as we look to the next page, we have more text. Cannot really make out what this text is, but it looks very original to the movie. And then on these pages here, we have what looks like the arms of different... Well, this is actually a demonic possession or a demon. And I think it's showing how they are burnt or melted by the sun, maybe. But it almost shows the transition of, burning and then melting off from the bone all the way to just being melted on the ground. I really like some of this detail here with this gray paint, as we see it here in the corners too. I really think the artist did a great job too with applying what looks like blood, because remember this book was written with blood. He applied some of this blood on the drawings to make it look more authentic. So kudos to that. We have the drawing here of a demon with some wings on this side. Flipping the page, we have some hands, demonic hands, showing a little bit of the different bone structure. And we have a demonic possession here on the right side. Looks like a zombified character. We see a hand, a foot, skull. Pretty well detailed. I'm very impressed by the quality of this. Couple of eyes here. This is almost showing like a normal eye going into what looks like a zombified white cloudy eye. We have a head here. Looks like a demonic possession. Some skulls. These almost look like demon skulls. They're very warped and out of shape. Almost look like reptilian or dinosaur skulls. Very cool. I recognize some of these pages too from what I have seen in the movies and the TV show. So it's good to see the inclusion of that here. Again, you can almost read the text with this font that is used here. Just gotta take your time. Cannot really make this out though. There is some of the text that you cannot really read if you try, but it looks like more like this curvy and stacked line text you can read. This would be probably Kandor. I'm not sure what location this would be. Sumeria maybe, showing a couple of sea monsters in that ocean there. Again, we have a page which is repeated. There is a couple of small details that are different. I don't remember seeing this texture here, but I wish this page was not repeated. It's not my favorite page either, so that's kind of like a downvote for me just to see that repeated page, but it still looks beautiful. Very well weathered too, and as I mentioned already, the weight of the paper itself is a premium paper. It's not just some sort of printer paper. We have the skull with some wings, not really sure what it says there. We have an image here, looks like the book with some teeth. Looks like the skin that was used to bound the book, all stretched out. So we see the face here. Again, some hands. a demonic possession or a demon here. This is similar to the other page that we saw, showing the skulls. Looks really good with the symbol here at the bottom. And this is one of my favorite pages. This immediately makes me think of Evil Dead Dead by Dawn. And it's like the time warp that appears at the end of Dead by Dawn. Pretty cool to see this page here. It stays very true to the movie. It just immediately creates that connection for the viewer or the reader of this book. We have some demons here on the right side. Also, some sort of weapons here. I think this is what you could maybe use to fight the demon. A couple of these weapons look a little modern, so that kind of takes me out of the experience, but this looks very original to the time this book was made. We have a tree here, some roots, leaves, branches. Also, we gotta remember that the forest plays a big part in Evil Dead 1 especially, because Cheryl, Ash's sister, is attacked by the forest one night. So I'm thinking this is related to that, how the forest and the trees can come alive and attack you. This is a nice page. Looks like a demon with wings. Almost reminds me of the Da Vinci human drawing that's very famous. One of his very famous drawings. Nice to see that here. This almost looks like space, time travel. That's what it makes me think of with these angular lines. Very nice page too. One of my favorite pages is this. I like the black contrast with the yellowy brown page. I think that looks really good. We have some ocean waves here. Looks like a cliff with a building up here. Not sure what this is. I don't recognize it. I feel like I've seen this page before, but I don't really know in which movie, or if in the TV show, or if online. I've been looking at these books online all the time. So it's really nice to finally have one in hand. We have the moon and the different moon phases. Love these two pages next to each other. Nice dark contrast. Looks like an explosion here, or the sun maybe rising. Not really sure what that is. Some text, and then we have what looks like a totem. Really nice detail on this drawing. I like the line work. Again, this nice wash, dark wash that the artist used gives a good highlight to all these images in the book. We have demonic possession, maybe some herbs that you can use. Looks like a pipe to smoke these herbs. Very nice page here on the left too, with looks like a rib cage with a skull on it. Cannot make out what this is. And when thinking about the language of this book, you gotta think also that, as I said, this book was made centuries, maybe millennia ago, and it's written in Sumerian. It was made in Sumeria, back when the old gods and kings lived in the Middle East in the Sumerian Empire, which is where Iraq is nowadays. So that's what we're seeing here, an imitation of the language. I'm not sure if it's the actual language, but it's an imitation of that language. Again, we have the portal page here. This portal page looks pretty good too. I think I like the other one a little bit better, just because it is darker. We'll try to find it, but you guys know what I'm trying to get to. I think the other page just grabs your attention a lot more with the darker color on it. This is a really nice page too. Up here it says goat head Athemeo. Maybe that's his name. That's the goat demon. Looks like Baphomet. And we see the pentagram here with some more symbolism. Overall, this is a pretty cool drawing. I like that too. A body with some tentacles coming out of it. I can read the name here. It says Bruce, but I cannot really make this out below it. So I don't think this is Evil Ash per se, but Looks like some sort of demonic possession of man. And these pages here, these are very, very iconic to me. Especially this one. This one reminds me of that page that we see in the show, Ash vs. Evil Dead. He's the chosen one here. I think this page also appears in Army of Darkness, but I'm not sure. But this is definitely Ash here in Kandor when he lands after he travels through the time warp in Evil Dead, Dead by Dawn. But yeah, we can see the chainsaw there. That's definitely Ash. And here we have Evil Ash, which is the evil part of Ash that ends up being the general or leader of the Army of Darkness in Army of Darkness. Very iconic look too, with the skull head here up top as a helmet. And then we can see his destroyed face with the exposed teeth, which he gets after Ash shoots him in the face with the boomstick. So pretty cool page. Love all this gray wash here, showing that moldy nature of this book. And then as the last page here, we have a portrait of the book. It looks similar to the other portrait of the book that we saw in the earlier pages. And this one, you can see some fire coming out of the eyes, some teeth, and then here at the end, we have a blank black surface. Overall, I love the pages that are included here. There is a lot more pages that you can find online, and I will leave you guys a link for the pages if you want to check them out. I found a good website that has a lot of the design of the pages that should go in this book. But the selection that's here is pretty complete and definitely talks to any Evil Dead fan that has fond memories of the Necronomicon. There you have it, collectors. Overall, this is a very complete Necronomicon book, and it looks very accurate to what we see in the movies, especially the rubbery material that is used to create the cover. The details on the face are spectacular. We have a lot of good color going all around. And most important, we have the ear on the back. When I was looking to buy this book, I looked at the one from Trick or Treat Studios and I wasn't really impressed with the way theirs is done. The pages are not as weathered as these are, and also the sculpt on the face of the book just didn't really grab me. The color of it looks a little bit off, and I read reviews where they talked about how the book just looked like a regular binder with some sort of latex wrapped around it. So I would go with the customized route. Again, this is done by RubberWorks on Etsy. I'll leave the link in the description below. You guys tell me which one is your favorite Evil Dead movie. It can be the Evil Dead 1 or 2 or Army of Darkness. And also tell me if you enjoyed the show and you're sad that it was canceled, the Ash vs. Evil Dead show. Thank you guys for your support. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe to help our horror community grow. I'll see you guys in the next one from Collector Quest. Have a great day.